welcome to episode 25 of Bitches of Horror.
And this week, as you may know, is our special for the animations. I don't even know what language that was, but animation special.
Yeah, animated horror.
Yes. We tried to pick some stuff that wasn't only anime because anime is, has the biggest, what do you call it, ground to doing horror, considering that anime is also more adult centered, while regular animated movies from the Western world are quite rare if they're adultish.
Yeah, mostly kids stuff.
But we got one from Japan.
Yeah.
One from Germany. And one from the States, I think he's from.
A good mix.
I think he's from the States, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe England. Some English-speaking country.
Yeah.
So, we'll get started with the Japanese one.
Yeah, sure. And that was Wicked City. How do you call it in Japanese? Do you know the title for it?
No, I forgot it, just because you told me. I can't remember. I can't remember the title in Japanese. Sorry. But this one was. I've actually never seen it, and I never heard of it.
Me neither.
But when I was watching it, I posted on Facebook, I'm watching Wicked City, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, that old classic. Oh yeah,
like,
I remember
what?
that." I was like, "What? How do people know about this movie? How do I not know about this movie?" I mean, I watched a lot of anime in my teens, and basically, I think, I know most animes, I know a lot of weird ones, but this one just under my radar.
But it's cool when you find a movie that you, know nothing about and haven't even heard of. And
I have a lot of troubles, I'm not really that into 80s anime. I like newer anime, or 90s, but, 80s they have a tendency to be all, a lot of them are the same. And a lot of them are boring, but there are some really good ones from the 80s, like super good ones, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, super weird, but really good.
Yeah. I don't know what, this movie just kept me just going, what?
Yeah, me too.
What is this?
All the time.
What is going on? And, it was really, really a fun trip. And the animation is very 80s anime, but still very, very good, I thought.
Yeah, I love the animation. Yeah. It was great.
The creatures were cool. I love the design of the creatures, especially the
Spider Woman.
Yeah, she was.
It was so funny. It was so funny. She had sex with a guy, and she turned into a spider. Bye bye.
Yeah, I was just like, what? It really caught you off guard as well. You're like, something's weird, but you didn't think it was that weird. It was.
I was like, that's hot.
Yeah, she was kind of hot. And you're like, I kind of shouldn't be enjoying this as much as I am.
But I do.
And it was also very erotic. It was basically about these aliens or creatures coming to Earth. No, demons. They were demons.
Oh, yeah. Demons from the other world, yeah.
Coming and, having sex with humans and killing them, I guess. Taking their babies.
Yeah. And,
yeah, the story wasn't top notch, but it was alright. I liked it. It was a good sci-fi story.
Yeah, definitely.
The characters in this movie, the regular characters, the main guy's name was Taki, and I just thought he was absolutely useless throughout the whole movie. He was so shit at everything. Actually. He was terrible.
He was.
He was like, yeah, look at me. He was kind of like Archer-ish, sort of like agent, and trying to be all cool. And basically every man in Japan that I hated. I really disliked him.
Oh.
I didn't. Yeah, I thought he was way too. Oh, I'm so good. And I was just like, yeah, fuck off.
But at least the Spider Woman made up for the strong character.
Did. But no, Makia, the woman, the demon woman who was on the good side, she was awesome.
Yeah.
She took care of everything.
Yeah,
she
handled
boom,
business.
done. Yeah. She knew how to handle business. I guess that's the demon side, but she was really cool, and I really enjoyed that strong female character. She also had her weak moments, which of course all humans do. Yeah. But I really enjoyed her character. She was a strong, interesting, cool character.
Yeah, that's what like kept me going throughout the film, like following her.
Yeah. And then they had the typical skebe oji-san, which is the typical pervert old man.
I didn't know that was the typical.
There
thing
is a
in...
typical skebe oji-san in Japan. And, you know, if you've watched Dragon Ball, you know, there's the character.
Oh, yeah.
If you watched Naruto, there in Jiraiya, he's one of the, like, he's not that oji-san, but he's kind of old. And he's the pervert old guy. And this is a thing in Japan. And this guy was just so stereotypical, like, skebe oji-san. I just wanted to smack him in the face. Like, he wasn't even funny, like, I mean, sometimes he was kind of funny. But he was, like, over the top a lot of the time.
What did you call it?
Skebe? Skebe means pervert.
Skebe.
And oji-san means,
Skebe
like,
oji-san.
old man.
Okay.
Yeah. I think his name was, Mayart. Yeah, that's right. Mayato. Mayart, whatever. I don't know. And, like, I was just like, no. It was kind of funny. It was kind of nostalgic, but it's just, like, a little bit too much.
Well, he was the comic relief.
He was. And I also enjoyed the Cronenberg vibe. Did you feel the Cronenberg vibe?
Actually, I didn't think
Really?
about it.
I had, like,
Maybe, like,
some of the scenes.
naked lunch. I could imagine, like, Wicked City.
There's, like, pulsating stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like, definitely some David Cronenberg stuff going on.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I think they had sperm on a car at one point.
They did? I don't remember
It
that.
looked like it.
Why don't I remember
Or something.
that?
Like, I think there was, like, a splat, and then there's just white stuff all over the car, and it just looked like sperm. It was really weird and, like, really sexual, and there were tentacles. Not a lot, but there were tentacles. You need tentacles in erotic Japanese
of course.
film. And they had some really good sex scenes, though. Like, not too revealing, not too, you know, hardcore porn, but more like, this is like a sexy scene, yeah.
Yeah, it's sexy. And then she becomes a Spider-Woman, which is even hotter. So, yeah.
Overall, I really enjoyed this. I didn't expect anything, but it really surprised me.
Yeah, well, you saw it first, so
Yeah.
you were like, oh, that movie was like this, and I was like, yeah, I want to see this.
Yeah.
Because you were like, it's porn and blood.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know what's going on, but I love it. Yeah, so definitely check this out, whether you're into anime or not, just into horror or sci-fi. This is a really good sci-fi horror flick.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Really good.
I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Me too. 8 out of 10.
Cool.
I liked it. They had some weird choice of music in it, but otherwise I really enjoyed it.
Okay, moving on to Felidae. Or how you...
Felidae.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was I haven't heard of this either, actually. Like, I when all my animation stuff, I've always been centered around Japanese animation, so it was a surprise to me to hear about Western animation, especially horror.
Yeah, I saw this a couple of years ago, and I really enjoyed it then, so I want to see it again. And yeah, it was still cool, but it wasn't as brutal as I remember it to be. I thought it was going to be, like people said, more darker and brutal.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's what I thought, like, because people were like, oh yeah, that's dark. And I was like, okay, and I watched it, and it's dark. I mean, it's not a kid's movie. It's definitely not a kid's movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as, like, gory and dark as I thought it would be. And I think I've mentioned this before, but, like, when in the beginning, before the movie starts, if they write warning, you know, gore and sexuality,
yeah, then
I'm
you
like,
get
all right.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be gory, good stuff.
It's gonna be good.
And then I watched and I was like, there's like 3 scenes of gore. Meh. And I get really I get a little bit disappointed because I kind of, especially animated gore, is something that can be really gruesome.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about actors or makeup falling off. You can do whatever you want, like,
and that's
anything.
What I really wanted. But they had some really good, I mean, the scenes that they had were good. I just expected more from it.
Yeah.
But
well, the movie's about a cat. His name is Francis, and he moves to a new neighborhood, and cats are being murdered there. So he, like, befriends a cat, and they try to find out who the killer is, basically.
Yeah.
So the story's pretty simple, but I like the story.
I did too. I think it was like a mixture between Oliver and the Gang and Aristocrats. Like, have you seen Oliver and the Gang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. But like sort of like that stray vibe, and even though Francis wasn't a stray, he was a house cat, but he was an outside cat.
Yeah, always. He was always outside.
Yeah.
Barely at home at all.
Yeah. But it was really, I really enjoyed it. Like, it kind of, I don't know. I guess he was trying to go for like human world, but with cats.
Yeah, it felt very like human, like everything he said, how he reacted and stuff.
No. The only thing was that they had a cat sex scene. And I was watching this movie at work, which I shouldn't have. And
they're like, Jasmine's watching animal porn again.
Yeah, well... But it was like, it wasn't... I mean, it was animated, so it shouldn't be weird. And it was cats. And you're like... I'm not sure if I'm okay with this. Like, you're watching it and you're just, like, feeling really awkward. It's like when you kind of watch, like, a movie and then this really big sex scene comes on and your mom's right next to you. You're just like... Or no, not your mom, because your mom's...
I watched Serbian film with my mom and Nymphomania.
But, like, when you were, like, a teenager.
No.
No? Never? But you have a different relationship.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But, like... some people's parents, or if you watch it with someone else's parents, then you're like sitting there and you're just like, oh, this is awkward. And that's what I kind of felt with this cat sex scene, because it was really like human-like. They were moaning, and it was, put it in me. I was just like, this cat's. I was like, what does it even look like? I don't want to know. How can it show anything? And it felt a little bit like watching like bestiality porn, and that was weird, because it's not anything weird that I enjoy on a regular basis.
No, me neither.
I thought that I watched it in English, by the way.
Yeah, I watched it with German.
I watched it dubbed. But I thought the voice acting was a little bit of a meh. They could have done a lot, just a better job in general. But it was okay. Yeah. I don't know what... This movie was just a little bit weird. I like the religiousness of it, like... the cats, the like, sect cult, yeah.
Yeah, I like the camera work. They had a lot of slides and beautiful work, I thought. Like, in the beginning, when they were moving.
Yeah. That was the chase scenes were pretty cool, like, when he was hunting and like, when he was trying to follow people or whatnot. They did that very well, and it was very exciting. Like, you're like, okay, you gotta find him,
I thought the whole movie was exciting when he was trying to find a killer, and I was like, that is the person. No, it isn't.
Really?
Maybe that one. No, it isn't.
I thought it was quite predictable. That was my only,
when
like,
I saw it
flaw.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So.
But, like, I thought, like, in the beginning, you were like, who is it? But then, like, as soon as, like, the movie progressed a little bit, you were like, okay, I know who it is. Sort of. Even though they had some, like, sort of weird twists and stuff. But, yeah. I don't know. It was a good movie. Also old. And the animation is a bit outdated, but it was good.
Is
93?
93, okay.
Was it 93? I think so. Maybe.
But it felt like
It felt older.
Animated movie from the 80s.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, but it was an interesting ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy that people actually make animated horror.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Make more.
Please.
More.
Yes, please.
So I'll give this an 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for me.
Okay, let's move on to our last film, which is City of Rot.
Now, City of Rot is a film that was released by Unearthed Films, and this animation style is not my cup of tea.
I loved it. It's so different.
It is very different, and I respect that. I do. It's just not my thing. And watching it grew on me, but I just have a hard time with it. If it was a short film, I'd be more okay with it, but since it was a feature film, like, watching animation that you don't like for that long is hard. But I try to put that behind me, like, while I was watching it, and just watched it as a movie. And
it's a zombie movie, by the way.
Yes.
It's about an old man who tries to survive the zombie apocalypse.
And I do love his character.
I loved his
his character was awesome. He was a badass
and
grandpa. His walker was,
his walker, and he killed people with it, like slashing people and bashing in their heads, and that was amazing. His walker
was amazing.
He was amazing.
Yeah. I did enjoy that. That was really good.
And he was like thinking things to himself, which made him almost like sound like he was just talking to him and being crazy. I loved that.
Yeah.
He just said anything.
He was very, very bitter and old.
And his mission, he wanted new shoes. That's all he wanted. It was like, I want to get in the mall and get some shoes.
And then that was, I really enjoyed his character, I must say. I had a hard time, like, I didn't read much about this before watching it. But as soon as the nurse came and she started talking, I was just like, oh, really? And then, like, after a while, I kind of put the pieces together, and I was like, there's probably one voice actor for this whole entire movie. And basically, it wasn't just one voice actor, it was one man for the whole entire movie. He did everything in the movie. He animated it, he made the music for it, he did the voice acting for it, so he, like, changed his voice and, like, made his voice for, like, the whole movie. And that... While I still felt like, okay, the voice acting is crap for that character, for the nurse. At the same time, I really respect him. His name is Frank Sudol. I really respect him for putting in all that work for this movie.
Yeah, wow.
Like, he did everything by himself, and that's something crazy. You cannot look past. And that made the movie, for me, go up tons.
Yeah, for me now too.
People usually know someone else who can help out with the movie, but he decided to do all this by himself, and that is, admirable and inspirational. And
there was one time in the film, something so unexpected happened that I was just like, what? Maybe you know what it is, but I don't want to spoil it, but wow, after that I was just, wow. I felt like, I don't know, my soul died or something.
This was a very trashy movie. Super trashy. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, I like trashy movies, but, like, it's a trashy movie. And I would have loved to see this live action, like, in a real movie. It would have been so cool if they could pull it off.
Maybe if, like, Jackass did Bad Grandpa, but in zombie style.
Yeah, because it was full of action, like...
all the time.
It was just
and it was
blood and guts. It was like
disgusting
Rambo.
maggots.
Yeah,
Ew.
You and your insects.
Even animated, those maggots were disgusting. Yeah. Like on trees everywhere.
It had a lot of good gore in it, like good animated gore.
Yeah,
and that I did like. I didn't like the turn in the film though. Like it had one story and then it kind of went off to another one, and that kind of made me lose interest in it for a bit. That's the turn when you said.
I think so.
Yeah.
After I was blown away by that.
Yeah, I mean, no, that was fine, but, like, after that, it was just, like, I kind of lost interest, and I, a little bit. I love the sound effects also, by the way, the splats and and the oozing and the blah and the...
Yeah. I'm so glad that we were recommended to watch this.
Yeah. I think it was Greg, actually, who recommended it.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess one of the... founders of Goregasmic magazines, who I also help out with. But he's a good guy, and he if you want underground movies, we go to him because he knows his shit. And it was really interesting watching all these movies, and we were thinking, should we take like the old classics like Vampire Hunter D or
I love Vampire Hunter.
Yeah,
the second one was even better.
Or Blood, The Last Vampire.
Yeah, but they're so known.
Exactly. Like, everyone's seen Vampire Hunter D, and if you haven't, go and see it. Go and see it.
Yeah, we thought about the animated HD Killer, but, I mean, that's also very mainstream.
And also not trying to pick only Japanese animation. It's hard. There's a lot of good Japanese anime, and I do want to do an episode of, like, anime series that are really good, and I can recommend one right now is Higurashi no Nakakoro ni, which is When the Cicadas Cry, I think it's called in English. And this series is, like, one of my all-time favorites, because it's mystery, but it's also horror, and there's some really nasty torture scenes in this series. So definitely check that one out.
Yeah, my favorite series is Hellsing. That's amazing.
There's a lot of good horror anime, and also like sci-fi dystopic ones like Ergo Proxy and all those old ones. angel. There's a lot of dystopic theme.
Yeah, they have a
and,
special feel to them.
Yeah, like they're really dark.
Yeah.
So definitely, even if you don't like you think of anime, you think of Sailor Moon and I don't know, Naruto and Dragon Ball. If you don't like that stuff, that's fine. But there's a lot of hidden gems in anime.
Yeah, there's so much more than just those
crap
kind of
shonen animes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying Dragon Ball's crap. Don't.
I like Dragon Ball.
But I'm just saying in general, like, shonen is the popular one. But there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Oh, I will grade City of Rock 8 out of 10.
I kind of want to say 6, but I since I respect it so much that I did it all by himself, I'm going to say 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry for
pretty
that.
high grades for all the movies.
Yes. Animated horror is something that needs to come back. Like, I'm guessing there was some of it in the 80s and in the 90s, but I think it's kind of disappeared over the years. And instead of, there's like Hotel Transylvania and like all these like Disney or kid-friendly movies. Well, Hotel Transylvania blew me away. I loved it.
The first one was really good.
But like some like dark, nasty, gruesome ones would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch Restaurant of Many Orders? No, okay.
And we only have 1 minute and 48 seconds, so...
Okay. That's another one you should watch. It's a short film from Japan. It's very nice, very beautiful, very dark. Anyways, next, we're not really sure what we're doing yet. We're thinking about it, so we'll announce it on our Facebook page. Yeah, so sorry for the long wait, by the way, for this episode. There's
so crazy much stuff to do before filming Saryad and other projects and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Push the like button, share it if you can.
Of course, spread the word.
Stay horrific. Bye.